So I'm going to make a couple videos. 1, 2, 4 videos. Makes it easy. On John Deere's ATC300, the Auto Track Controller 300, their universal system. They're 250, and I got 2 ride carts that I'm putting in. This stuff is, they're going in 500 wheeled HD Steiger, a 350 row track Steiger, not a half track jobber, a Rogator 1074, and the Challenger MT965C. Anyways, there is really no info out there on install, etc. Well, you can get install instructions for your ride carts after you buy them. Sorry, someone drove by is waving at me. After you buy them, I figured everybody's putting them in. Should be fine. The Auto Track Controller 250, that one, I got an install manual. I bought one. Might as well just save my money. It's horrible. They don't tell you a lot of things you need to do. They don't tell you that the controller is basically dead, and you have to have the dealer come upload a payload to it to get it to work. The Auto Track controller, my phone's beeping at me. My Auto Track controller 300, that one, the manual was good. Kind of vague, but it was good. Got me out of a couple jams on that one. Anyway, so we're doing the Steiger 500 with the Auto Track Controller 250. Really easy install. It's almost like a ride cart system, just Deere.
So under the buddy seat here, that's where the nav goes. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts hold the nav in. Unhook that. You can do I think it's a 40 and a 27 pin. You can leave that harness in, but I followed it back and unplugged it back there since I had that grate off right there. Pull that off. They give you this bracket, and then that's the 250 ATC 250 controller. Yep, bolts right in. It's pretty clean install. That controller needs a payload uploaded to it via Service Advisor. So we did that this morning. Yeah, I kind of fought it for a while. I was like, man, how come this doesn't work? Wasn't coming up on the ISO bus or anything. And then got a hold of the dealer, and they're like, oh, the install manual doesn't give you any guidance in that direction either. So I was like, what the heck's going on here? So yep, I just got using one of the buddy seat bolts to hold this up out of the way. Here is the vehicle bus 2. This was in there. Took it out, put the Y harness in. This is the Deere harness. Here, connector right there. Yep, and then it branches off. I should have done this before I buttoned it all up. One harness comes out. You got a 12-pin Deutz. The Y harness goes into the seat harness, and then here's the other one right here. Seat switch again. Kind of redundant. I don't know what the situation is. I just plugged everything in and it works. This here is for my MTG M modem. It was already in here before I decided to do this. I wanted this stuff under here, but I put the M modem on this seat bracket, and that's not coming off. So it's staying there. So that's gonna stay there. At a later date, if the 3M glue ever gives out, I'll put it under there. Sorry. Sick, so I'm breathing heavy and got a runny nose. I'm gonna need an Ethernet extension cable to go to my Gen 5, an M modem. If you're going to a Gen 4, you need a switch, Ethernet switch, and a switch is, I think they're upward like $500-600. So at that point, you might as well just buy an R modem and put in, but you need some harnessing to go with an R modem. So between the R modem and the harnesses, it's about $800, and the antenna. So this already had the M modem, so I'm using that. Here's the connector for the M modem. All right, let's go back the other side. So here is under the right hand side. I ran the harness behind here, and then that was the ATC250 harness. Then they have the Green Star harness, which hooks here, goes to your display, then to your Starfire up yonder. I'll get there in a second. Anyway, it's pretty easy. This is my ISO bus. If you know what you're looking for, you can find where it is under here. Unpin the current connector, and if you have the stuff, you can repin it. And I'm using the factory ISO bus on the rear, and so I didn't have to run anything back there. Tied right in, everything comes up. Done it before. Very easy, but you gotta know what you're looking for and know what you're doing. Connection is pretty simple. You got your power. This one's unused. So this that side is the 250 harness. This is the, I believe the Green Star harness is what they're calling it, but I'm gonna call it the cab harness, if you will. So you got that one, your ISO bus. Pretty straightforward there. Then it's kind of, don't look at this. It's for a manure spreader, to where I'm using a foot pedal to start and stop the spreader, but also run an implement switch, which I need to actually do here. So we're not relying on any, so we're getting a true on and off to when the belt's starting and stopping, but doing some relay business so I can not have any interference with other components. This harness just kind of rat holed in here. It's a lot cleaner than all the Trimble stuff that was shoved in there. That was a disaster. I ran it up the corner post. Already had this nice hole here, so I put the bulkhead there, right to that. 4640 is temporary till the Gen 5s get here, and then the Starfire harness going to the receiver. They just kind of want you to go. They really don't tell you how to do it, but most people just run around the thing, put the little sticky zip tie deals on there. I ran mine through the headliner and poked it out up front, and I will get there. Let's go. I gotta get down so I can close my door. I'm surprised I haven't fallen off of this yet. Okay, so I repinned this, the factory bulkhead. Repinned it. It's keyed the same as the case one. So I'll insert a picture of what it looks like behind. Heat shrinked all the ends of the case harness, etc. The kit comes with this bracket to use the factory business. Comes with this bracket and the hoop. So yeah, pretty straightforward there. So now we have the fuse box cover bolted back down. I used have these splitters I have for the 3-pin power. This was right there. Popped it out, just pulled it back here. I will relabel it on the fuse chart. And this guy as GPS power. It's easy. I know I got a hole there now. Someone's gonna be like, oh, it looks like shit, but you know what? It's keyed constant ground. It's fused here, and then it's fused. Where's the other end of the heart? Oh, fused back there on the Deere stuff. So, it's easy. I ain't gotta do any extracurriculars on that part. MTG stuff. Sorry, I was interrupted there. So I think I left off with have the power. Use these splitters from Ag Express. Those are handy. Splits off to the MTG. Here's the main harness for the 250. Let's move this over here. Some MTG stuff back there. Pretty straightforward, really. If you didn't care how it looked, this is probably a 2-hour install if you're just throwing it in. But I kind of put everything away, ran it through the roof, etc., etc. What else? That's about it. I'm ready to take it out and do, yeah. I don't think that's it. That's pretty simple. Oh, resume switch. This is what they give you. Kind of lame. Nice thing, according to schematics are gone. You just have a keyed 12 volt in, and then the input to the controller is a momentary 12 volt positive signal. So I think I'm gonna, sorry, let's go back on the subject here. I have a spare handle that's bad. I think I'm gonna pull the pins out, and if I remember, I think these are just all pinned. It's not a CAN bus handle. It's all pinned to a controller. I think I'm gonna find which ones use this right here, then tie it in. Maybe, we'll see. That's a later project. They'll just be happy to have John Deere guidance. I think that's it. I'm gonna finish this up, button this up, put the seat back on, tie some of this, get some P-clamps, anchor that stuff down, and we'll go calibrate it here in a little bit.
Now, this system in this tractor uses the factory Danfoss. I believe it's a PV ELD. Yes, I don't remember the designation, but you don't have to put a new valve in it. It talks to the CAN bus valve. 2000 model year, 2000, anything tier 4 final B, tier 4 final that you got to use this controller on. Pretty easy. No hydraulics, no nothing of that nature. Like I said, really easy. Yeah. We'll give it a whirl here in a minute. Actually, you know what? Let's try it. This will be the first time you're going to see it live. Okay, so this was on the spreader, so I got nothing really set up. So it's a quick line here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so A. Sorry. Forget how to use this stuff after a few months goes by. See if I can make some nice little ruts out here that I gotta contend with later. All right. Ooh. Okay. So I calibrated my TCM already. All right. This is legit. The guys are gonna be so happy. As I say, nothing bad against Trimble, but I found I was constantly messing with them. And if you had a guy in it that, like the guy who runs this, he runs this a lot. So he knew all the tricks. When it does this, you do this. When you do this, it does that. And what was kind of one of the realizations for me is I put a new guy in it to spread manure, and that's getting changed. And he called me like constantly that day and was like, "Hey, what's up with this? What's up with this? How does this work?" He's like, "Hey, this thing's beeping at me. This isn't right." And I was like, oh, "Okay, this is," anyways. And these guys can go get in the Deere system and just run and run and run and run, no problems. So, got some fine tuning to do, but for out of the gate, this thing's working awesome. So yeah, everybody's gonna be excited. A lot of the guys were trained, learned how to run John Deere stuff right away. So anyways, like I said, a lot of the guys are familiar with John Deere stuff. And I can do remote display access with all this stuff. If they're having an issue, I can remote in from wherever I'm at, check it out. We're spread so far over a lot of different areas. It's like some days everybody's running, you just can't make it to everybody. So, that's about it. I hope somebody finds use in these videos because I searched a little bit on the internet, and if you Google John Deere ATC250, all you get is Honda three-wheeler stuff. You're like, I don't care about Honda three-wheelers. I don't know any info I want to know about this thing. Yeah, so I seriously, I hope someone gets use out of these because I went to YouTube and Google for a little guidance, especially when the book is so vague and useless. It was like there's got to be a better option out there. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, I hope someone gets use out of these. This is the first one I've done, so I'm gonna do the Rogue, probably the Challenger next. It's the right cart, then the Rogator, then the Quadtrack. The Quadtrack's busy doing some dirt work right now. I got the Miskin scraper hook behind it, so it'll be a while before I can get to it. So, fair enough.